think of anything, and there was an identical twin, so nothing kinky about it. This is a professor, and this is a little precursor. I've been teaching university students for over 20 years, so just to give you an idea, I'm going to be rude about design education now, but it will get positive towards the end. I'm not just ranting, but let me rant. My talk's called Shit In, Shit Out. Okay? Basically, the premise is, and we'll start off physically, if you put something nasty into something, then you're going to get shit out. Now, I hope I'm not going to offend any vegetarians here. You're probably gleefully thinking, I don't eat that shit. I unfortunately do, since I moved to America and discovered drive-thrus. But anyway, you know, I use it as a maximum in graphic design. If you put a poor resolution image in, you get shit out, okay? Mentally, education does this an awful lot, okay? Education fucks us, sorry about this one. Education fucks us up a little bit, and it can be very, very damaging. Look at those teeth. They're English people, by the way. I was looking for tedious tasks on the internet. This is somebody shelling chickpeas. All right. This is how I was taught typography. That's what it felt like when I was being taught typography. Shelling chickpeas. Hideously boring. It put me off. This is what happened. Okay? I hated typography. It was all about rules. I didn't like rules. I was an art student. You know, you want to fuck things up a bit when you're an art student. Rules, horrible, horrible, put you to sleep. Okay? It's all going to go wrong anyway. This is how I was taught typography. I don't get it. I don't understand how, by hand drawing a G, I love lowercase. A lowercase serif G is the most beautiful. It's beautiful. Don't make somebody draw it. Look what it says. This is going to teach you to pick, to be able to identify a typeface. Who cares if you can identify a typeface? This, I was looking on the internet, each one of these exercises took the students 7 hours. This is 21 hours here of wasted time. What is that teaching you about typography, okay? And the penny dropped for me when so I didn't do any typography, hated it. Okay, penny dropped for me when we had this expressive typographer who came in and showed us the work of the Italian futurists, okay? And it was like, oh my God. Bear in mind that this was 100 years ago they were doing this stuff, okay? This is how we've forgotten, when we teach typography, we've forgotten how, you know, what the futurists did. So, no to this, okay? Yes to passion. I became passionate about type. I started loving type, okay? This is my teaching philosophy in a nutshell. No boring shit. Get people passionate. Then you do boring shit when they're hooked, okay? So when I started teaching, I thought, you know, what am I going to teach these people? Okay, so you look back at the projects you were taught, and it's like, no, absolutely not. So I began questioning these projects. Okay, now the problem with questioning these projects is it's difficult. It's really easy to teach what you were taught. Okay, and this is the problem that we have. Okay, here's the teacher teaching these little kiddies. Okay. Those little kiddies grow into teachers teaching little kiddies. Yeah? Those little kiddies, you know, you're fucking them up and you're fucking them up. You know, generations and generations it's just like this vicious circle that's going around. Okay? And school, whether it's, you know, from grade 1, I don't know how the American system works, you know, when you start right the way through, you're not allowed to question. Teachers are right? Okay? So what we do is we teach, if you end up teaching, you teach in the way that you were taught. You teach what you were taught, okay? This is what Barnbrook says. Jonathan Barnbrook is a British typographer, but you know, what he said about type, and I've got Gutenberg right the way through to Neville Brody here. Typography reflects a generation, okay? And it's wonderful at expressing that generation. So what we need to do is forget about these rules, okay? So I try to forget about everything. But what that means is that you go through a process of trial and error, yeah? Sometimes it's like, oh my God, I've set this project, it's terrible, nobody's into it, it's boring them, what's going on? Other times it's, oh yes. Okay? So what I want to do about it is I want to set up a blog. It's called abriefblog.com. Please check it out. I put my first post up. I don't understand how blogs work. I need to learn really, really quickly, okay? I put the first one up today. And what I want it to be is this wonderful space and place to share, okay? It was a very lonely process for me to try and come up with projects that didn't bore the tits off me, okay? And actually, got people passionate about what they did. So I want people to talk, I want people to share, I want people to think, okay? I want people to post their inspiration. I try and read this book once a year. It really gets my mind working. You've got Chip Kidd's wonderful book for kids, a lot of professors are using it, and you've got wonderful schools doing things, okay? So I see this isn't the end, I see this blog maybe as, it sounds awfully cliche, a new beginning for art and design. I just want people to, so if you've got views about education, go to the blog, post them. If you've got great briefs that you know work really well, then post them. If you think I'm an idiot, then write terrible comments about the briefs that I am setting students. If you love rules, then disagree with me. It's absolutely open discussion. Sorry, I'm going on and on. Open.